What's up, traders? Welcome back to 5 Daily Impulses. Ready for another wild ride on the market roller coaster? Today we're breaking down the top 4 things driving the market: the VIX, Fear and Greed Index, Market Analyzer, and the latest from Forex Factory. First up, the VIX, our market fear meter, is at 15.75, plus 0.36, a drop of plus 2.34%. The Fear and Greed Index, sitting at 66%, leaning towards greed today. As for the Market Analyzer, the E-mini S&P 500 is at 80,000, the Dow's at 9,000, and the Nasdaq's hitting 47,000. For the news, keep an eye on the new home sales at 10 a.m. and crude oil inventories at 10:30 a.m. This Wednesday, September 25th, there is a non-monetary policy meeting of the European Central Bank, ECB. Also, Elizabeth McCaul, a member of the ECB, will speak again today. Investors are paying close attention to these events because they may give clues about future regulations. Oil prices are dropping, especially Brent crude, which could affect energy stocks. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum are showing volatility this morning, moving up and down quickly. Here are 5 impulses things investors need to consider today: the ECB meeting, McCaul's speech, falling oil prices, cryptocurrency movements, and global market reactions. First impulse: non-monetary policy meeting of the European Central Bank, ECB. Hey, let's talk about what's happening this week in the financial world. The markets have been a bit wild lately, with lots of decisions about interest rates coming from central banks. There's been some drama, and traders have been feeling the heat. But now, things might calm down a bit because this Wednesday, the European Central Bank, ECB, has a non-monetary policy meeting. Now, I know, non-monetary sounds fancy and maybe a little boring, but wait, these meetings are super important. They talk about big stuff like bank rules and making sure everything's running smoothly in the financial world. For day traders, like the cool people we are, it's key to keep an eye on these meetings. Changes in rules or supervision can shake up the markets, affecting how much money flows in and out of stocks or currencies like the euro. How this affects day trading. Forex currencies. The euro might move a lot, especially against the US dollar, USD, or British pound, GBP. When the ECB talks about new rules, it can give clues about future moves in interest rates, which changes how the euro behaves. Stocks. If they talk about new banking rules, expect banking stocks in Europe to react. Tighter rules might mean banks have a harder time making profits. Gold and other commodities. Gold is like the safe place for traders when the markets get shaky. If the ECB hints at something big, gold prices could go up because people might rush to safer investments. Second impulse: Elizabeth McCaul's speech, ECB. Now let's talk about Elizabeth McCaul. She's part of the ECB's supervisory board and she's speaking this Wednesday. Why should you care? Well, she's a big deal when it comes to making sure banks in Europe are playing by the rules. And guess what? What she says can totally move the markets. Elizabeth usually talks about how strong or weak the banks are. Is she feeling good about things, or is she worried? For day traders, this matters because if she says something that makes banks look shaky, their stock prices could drop. But if she's all sunshine and rainbows about the banking system, it could push those stocks higher. How this affects day trading. Banking stocks. If Elizabeth talks about stricter rules, European bank stocks could take a hit. But if she's positive, they could go up, so keep an eye on them. Market mood. How Elizabeth talks can make investors either feel safe or nervous. If she's cautious, people might go for safer stuff like bonds. If she's confident, the markets might get a boost. Options and derivatives. If you're into options trading, get ready for possible volatility. Banking sector trades could be especially hot this week. Third impulse: cryptocurrencies and commodities. Now let's get into the wild world of cryptocurrencies and commodities. Crypto's been super volatile recently, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum. Right now, Bitcoin's hanging around $64,000 and Ethereum is chilling at $2,600. These two are the kings of crypto, and wherever they go, the rest of the market tends to follow. If you're a day trader in crypto, you know the drill. It's risky, but can be crazy profitable. Prices can jump fast, which means you need to be sharp and ready to act. Today's prices suggest Bitcoin could either break higher if more big players jump in, or take a nosedive if people start selling off. As for commodities, keep an eye on US coffee prices. They're at $266 right now. Coffee prices change because of stuff like weather or shipping problems. And don't forget gold. It's around $2,674, and people often buy it when they're nervous about the markets. How this affects day trading cryptos. Watch Bitcoin closely. Any big movement can shake up the whole crypto space. Stay sharp on your resistance and support levels. Gold. When the market looks sketchy, people buy gold. If stocks get shaky, gold could climb higher. Think about hedging with gold if things get rough. Coffee futures. If you're into trading commodities, check out coffee. Weather changes or supply issues could make it jump, offering cool trading opportunities. Fourth impulse, Asian and US stock markets. Now let's look at what's happening in Asia and the US today. The big Asian markets are up. Japan's Nikkei 225 rose by 0.1%, Hong Kong's Hang Seng jumped 2%, and China's Shanghai Composite climbed 1.7%. Why? It seems like investors are feeling more optimistic now that things are stabilizing in the region. But hey, anything can change fast, especially with all the tensions in the region. In the US, things were pretty chill too. Yesterday, the S&P 500 went up 0.2%, Nasdaq gained 0.5%, and the Dow Jones added 0.2%. For us day traders, this means the US market might still be figuring things out. There could be some short-term plays based on earnings or new economic data. How this affects day trading. Asian markets. Keep an eye on the Hang Seng and Shanghai Composite. If they keep rising, there might be good opportunities to buy into Asian ETFs or even US-listed Chinese stocks. US stocks. Technology stocks are still leading the way. If you're into short-term trades, tech might offer some nice opportunities. VIX, Volatility Index. The market's calm for now, but always check the VIX. Any signs of volatility can signal when the market's about to get bumpy. Fifth impulse, key macroeconomic data. This week, there's some important economic data coming out. In Europe, we'll see Spain's Producer Price Index, or PPI, and the number of job seekers in France. These numbers tell us about inflation and unemployment, two things that can shake up the markets. Meanwhile, in the US, traders are waiting for the Energy Information Administration's report on crude oil inventories. This report can directly affect oil prices and the stocks of energy companies. If oil inventories are higher than expected, oil prices might drop. If inventories are low, prices could rise, helping out energy stocks. How this affects day trading. European markets. If Spain's PPI is higher than expected, it could mean inflation is rising, which could lead to changes in ECB policy. This could make the euro and European stocks move. US crude oil. The EIA report is huge for energy traders. If oil inventories are low, expect a rise in oil prices. If inventories are high, prices could fall. Cross-asset plays. European inflation and US oil reports are connected. Higher inflation weakens the euro, which could push up oil prices in Europe. Keep an eye on these correlations for smart trading. Traders, here are 5 impulses things you should keep an eye on today if you're aiming to make smart decisions. So, what's on your mind today? What's keeping you up or making you excited? Let me know below and let's trade smart. Happy trading. See you tomorrow, fam.